Situate Art to extend a warm welcome to the students. Welcome.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to acknowledge my students, my pupils from all the way from St. Isidore Mission School, Chomisha. That is where my ward, Kaptel Kamoyo Ward, is situated. The students and the principal led by Madam Daisy, who is the teacher, feel welcome to this honorable assembly. This is where your beloved and great man, Honorable Kerbesen, is always coming to make laws and represent you. Honorable Speaker, St. Isidore is a networking school in Kombe location, Chomisha village. I remember during last year's national examination, they managed to send 15 pupils to national school. So I urge all honorable members, some of us, we are still, we have our daughters and boys back at home. This is the great school that you need to send your students or your children to study. They are producing quality marks. These are the teachers who teach from their hearts, not from their mouth. They teach from their hearts. They deliver. So, Honorable Speaker, if there are any state commendation or any county commendation that they should be given to the St. Isidore.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Isaiah Minor, just have your seat. Let the honorable member wind up his remarks.
I'm on a point of order.
Under what standing
Thank you,
order?
thank you, Honorable Speaker, for your guidance.
Yes,
Honorable,
yes. On accuracy of facts, Honorable Speaker.
Well,
Wait, I do not intend to make him uncomfortable, but, Honorable Speaker, we do realize that all the teachers of Kenya do a good job. And I'm a bit worried when I hear the honorable member saying that these are the only ones who do that. So, Honorable Speaker, could he substantiate or withdraw?
Honorable Bet, you have a task.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You know, my colleague counterpart from Lesos misquoted me. This is among the best teachers we have in Nandi. They are the top at as follow. As usual, Kaptel Gamoyo, we are leading at as follow. Otherwise, the great pupils and the teachers feel welcome any other time. This is your county, this is your beloved ward. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Karibuni sana.
Thank you, Honorable the Chairperson for Education, Honorable Member from Nandi Hills Ward. You can also extend a warm welcome. Thereafter, the Leader of Majority.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. First and foremost, I want to welcome the student from St. Isidore Primary School to this Honorable Assembly. Honorable Speaker, as the Chair of a Committee of Education, I want to inform them that everything is possible in this world as long as you are determined and you focus on anything you want. Honorable Speaker, the roots of a successful person are bitter, while the fruits are sweeter. So to the students, the roots are the academics you are undergoing now. Ensure that you work smart so that in the near future, you will find yourself in different professionalism, doctors, engineers, and Honorable Speaker, as said by Honorable Bet, I want to challenge the students from the said school so that they work smart, so that those who are inspiring to be politicians in the near future will come and represent Honorable Bet and in Kaptel Kamuyo Ward. I wish them the very best, and also to the teaching staff, the fraternity. We urge you that you proceed with the the discipline. We have seen the rampant schools across the Republic, Honorable Speaker, banning of the schools across the Republic. I heard, as said by Honorable Speaker, Honorable Bed, that these schools, they are disciplined. I want them to spread the disciplinary action to those various schools so that they work smart, so that in the near future, because this is a transformative agenda of the Kenya Kwanza government, that they are the future. Today they are readers, tomorrow they will be leaders. I wish them the very best. May God bless them. Thank you.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want also to thank you for giving me this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to welcome the great students and teachers from St. Isidore, that is from Gamoyo Kaptel, and from the host mouth, from the area MCA. Yes, really put that school is the very best, is a good school, which works very hard. And Honorable Speaker, we are very happy that they are joining us this afternoon when we are having a very important exercise, Honorable Speaker, whereby the budget pronouncement is being made, Honorable Speaker. And I think when this budget will be read, Honorable Speaker, one of the key areas that will benefit this great school is they may cut ECT teachers, they will get even the milk program, they will even get the uniforms, Honorable Speaker, which already is in the budget. And I am humbled that this time around, Honorable Speaker, they are joining us so that they can learn from this great assembly. Otherwise, Honorable Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to thank the teachers, to thank the pupils, Honorable Speaker, for finding time so that they can learn from this assembly, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, you know we are molding the leaders of tomorrow, Honorable Speaker. And this is a great avenue whereby they can learn and they can even get an opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to know what's happening in the assembly, the county assemblies, and even the national assembly, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, I take this opportunity to welcome them, and so that they can even learn what this assembly performs, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, for the area MCA, the great man, Honorable Speaker, from Gamoyo Kaptel, I want to laud you, Honorable Speaker, for saying that this school is the best, and this assembly may find time to take students to that great school, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I think for gender parity, we can have Honorable Susan.
I would also like to welcome St. Isidore School from Kaptel Kamoiwo. They are my neighbors. Welcome to this county assembly. I believe the students will learn a lot from here. This is where we make laws. This is where decisions that affect your studies in school, where you get some allocations, I believe you will learn something. Be good pupils. Do what is right and avoid what is wrong. I wish you well in everything. Thank you, teachers, for the good job that you do. Thank you, and you are welcome another day.
Honorable members, I think that would bring the closure of welcoming the visiting students. And we can now have the next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
It's a response to a statement?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Honorable Rotich from Surungai Ward.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. In the earlier session in the morning, Honorable Speaker, I committed to respond to a statement by Honorable Member from Dalat on share disbursement to Kabiemit Health Center in Dalat. Honorable Speaker, with me is a response to that particular case. However, Honorable Speaker, as the chair, I've gone through the response and I have ordered the same response back to the department for a comprehensive, because I saw the response is not that comprehensive. The reason as to why I did that is because on my earlier request to the department, I wanted to have a comprehensive response, not only to Kabiemili dispensary, but also to other facilities across the county who are having challenges with share disbursement. So, Honorable Speaker, I rose to request the Honorable House and the Honorable Member to still give me 7 days. I have the response, but I feel as the chair that the response is not that comprehensive. That is my response, Honorable Speaker.
Any comments on that? If there's no comment, Honorable Member, you grant.
I have a comment.
Well, you can say something.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, may I take this opportunity to thank the very able chairman for health. And I admire his honesty, Mr. Speaker, because rather than going around saying that this has happened, and like the stories we usually hear from some other chairmen, Mr. Speaker. So I would like to request the chairman, because he has said others with challenges. I don't know which criteria he is going to use in order to identify those other facilities that have got challenges. One of the facilities I would request in this floor of, in the floor of this house, Mr. Speaker, is for him to look into one facility in my ward, that is Kaptumo Sub-County Hospital, where there were allegations that its monies or its share remittances were ending up in another facility, another very small facility in Gishu. So I want to request that in the list, please include Kaptumo Sub-County Hospital, so that I can also understand what is happening there, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, Honorable Rotich.
Noted, Honorable Speaker. I'm going to, my response will be very comprehensive, including all the challenges that each and every facility that, the department has a data on those 1 or 2 challenges, and that's why I request all of them for members, for them to have the same.
Well, Honorable Rotich,
a small comment, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much. I also want to thank the Honorable Chairman. My only concern, Honorable Speaker, is that he speaks as if he's the only one who would deal with this matter.
Honorable Maina.
I assume, Honorable Speaker, that he would deal with the committee.
Honorable Maina. Any other time when a question is sought, it is a requirement of our standing orders that we task the chairperson of that particular committee so that they can be able, or rather he can be able to lead the other members of the committee while dealing with that. So we can just take a judicial notice.
Okay. Well, if that is the case, Honorable Speaker, I stand advised. But the way I heard him saying, it's as if he just said he received it
and that
today.
Is the reason any other time.
He received it right now.
Honorable Maina, any other time we get a response, it is through the chairperson. So let us just take judicial notice that the chairperson is in charge of the committee, and when he reports to this house, he is doing so, or rather she's doing so on behalf of the entire committee. So Honorable Rotich, we can have that response by Tuesday next week? Okay. The Honorable Member from Nandi Hills.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity so that I can respond to the question that was sought by Honorable Bate concerning the issue of the ECD teachers, the replacement of the ECD teachers, Honorable Speaker. First and foremost, allow me to respond on the job, the career progression and the grading reforms, Honorable Speaker. The job group replacement, the county government shall that replace the ECT teachers into the appropriate job groups aligned with the ongoing harmonization framework as guided by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. Redesignation of the ECD teachers, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
What is your point of order, Honorable Bet?
On the accuracy of facts, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Chair of Education is responding on a statement that I sought it 3 months ago. He made a personal commitment today to respond today in the afternoon. And I think, Mr. Speaker, the response is not what I asked actually. He's giving a comprehensive report of a department as opposed to an issue that is affecting a school in my ward and other schools. Those are faculties that arose as a result of natural atrocities.
Honorable Bett, could we just hold our horses? We let him wind up responding. I'll give you an opportunity to air out your concerns, whether you are satisfied with the response or otherwise. So we can give him time to perhaps...
I stand guided, Mr. Speaker.
Well, then Honorable Prof, you can wind up.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for also protecting me, Honorable Speaker, because I am the Chair of Education, Nandi County, Honorable Speaker. I also represent Kapchorwa and all the rest 29 wards, Honorable Speaker, that are affected. Redesignation, Honorable Speaker, let me proceed. Redesignation shall be initiated by the systematic alignment of ECD teachers' qualification and assigned responsibilities and career progression pathways within the approved human resource framework, Honorable Speaker. Workforce stabilization, Honorable Speaker. Contract renewal, Honorable Speaker. We are aware that there are some of the ECD teachers that their contract will come to an end by the end of this month, Honorable Speaker. The county government shall renew the contract of ECD teachers whose current engagement are approaching expiry to safeguard continuity of teaching and ensure seamless services to deliver the delivery in ECD centers within the county, within Nandi County, Honorable Speaker. Attrition and replacement, Honorable Speaker. We are all aware that there are ECD teachers that retired. The age for they have already retired, Honorable Speaker. The county government to replace the teachers who have exited service through natural attrition through a structured recruitment exercise scheduled to commence in July 2026, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the category that we are going, the county are going to implement from July, the question that was also concerning the issue of the salary increment, Honorable Speaker, the certificate teachers are going, all the ECD teachers across the county are going to be enrolled to the job groups as per the directive from the SRC also, Honorable Speaker. All the ECD teachers are going to be enrolled to the different job groups. Also, we have the replacement for the EC teachers and also the employment of the ECT teachers across the county for the schools that they don't have an ECD teacher. Those are the questions that were sought and already have given out the response. Honorable members, we have they will share in your gadgets also the full response concerning the issue that was sought and what the Department of Education are planning to do and in the next financial year, Honorable Speaker. I thank you. Thank you.
Honorable Bett, because you are the mover of the statement, or rather you are the one who sought the statement, are you satisfied with the response?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Partially satisfied, Mr. Speaker. Reason is basically because I was so much interested with the replacement of the deceased or teachers who have resigned, because of the mere fact that, Mr. Speaker, there was a budgetary allocation for that. And I'm always very specific on the Mogo Beach Primary School, Mr. Speaker. This is a school that lost two teachers last year, I think, in July. And to date, they have not been replaced, Mr. Speaker. For what reason then should we wait for another financial year, whereas we have budgetary allocation for those slots? So I would wish the committee, led by the chair, to ensure that they fast-track the process as we wait for replacement of those people, or rather the new recruitment. Something urgent should be done to the schools which lost the teachers through natural atrocities for us not to kill a generation. You are speaking of education. Education is the only passport to the future, Mr. Speaker. It is the only way we can empower individuals, societies, and the communities to realize its full potential, Mr. Speaker. And the only way we can do that is to do the right thing, Mr. Speaker. I'm very much worried. And I said, you can imagine a society like Elbui sublocation where Mokobichi is situated. This is a school, economically, the catchment area, economically, is very down. The parents cannot afford to pay POM teachers, for this case, or PTA, which it has invited me to be digging into my pocket to ensure I facilitate those teachers. And I would request it through your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, the process should be speed up. Even 2 weeks is a problem to us. It means money. I have to spend money. So I would urge that you give a direction on replacement of teachers where there was budgetary allocation for that, as we wait for the implementation of the new budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any comment on that response? Honorable Maina.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think this is a very critical issue, considering, Honorable Speaker, that even the chairman has just mentioned to the school seated there that education is very important. So it's really rather unfortunate to hear, Honorable Speaker, and I think this is an example, Honorable Speaker. I just spoken to my colleague who is seated next to me to find out whether this conversation was raised with the committee, and he says to me that they did not. And so it's really not okay, Honorable Speaker, to take the business that we have here a little bit casually. If it was up to me, I think this answer is not satisfactory at all. It doesn't say anything that the process of replacement is supposed to start in July. I thought we have here a standing board, fully paid. It's permanent. It is on, you know, what do they call it? They are always there. 9 of them, not permanent, but they are always there. I mean, so it's I don't understand. What's the point? Why would you want to even to say there is a point in which this is supposed to start and so on? And then there is this question that the honorable member from Kapchorwa makes, that there was a financial implication, which then begs the question, Honorable Speaker, and probably that should be clarified from the chair, whether indeed if somebody dies, that budget is removed. And considering that this is a county where sometimes we've been told that ghosts can accrue some benefits, Honorable Speaker, it's a bit, you know, it will not be unlikely for somebody to enjoy this. So this is something that I think as a house we should pay attention to, and we should understand that our children are not waiting, or rather I do not refer to the children of the members. Honorable Speaker, most of us probably do not use these ECDs and what have you as ourselves, but the children of the Nandi people, they cannot wait. They cannot wait for a day more. So I think, Honorable Speaker, maybe you can give a declaration. This should be done like yesterday, not in July or any other day. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kerich, we need to bring this matter to an end.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my issue is just an inquiry, and I would wish that to be responded by the Chair Education, because, Honorable Speaker,
I'm hoping it is in line to
yeah,
the response.
Yeah, to the
that,
response,
you
Honorable
just made.
Speaker, because this issue is being pegged on the approval of the budget for 2026-2027, Honorable Speaker. The response itself is too shallow. Two, I would like to inquire from the chair, if the response is being pegged on the approval of budget for 2026-2027, what about the resources that were allocated in the current financial year that were supposed to be to be expended by the teachers? Maybe by bad luck we lost them, or they've gone to seek for greener pastures. Are the resources secured for this current financial year? I would like the chair to respond to that.
The chairperson education, I don't know whether you're in a position to respond to all these issues, concerns raised by the honorable members, or you're seeking for more time.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I've heard what my colleagues, honorable members, have asked. I will suggest, Honorable Speaker, because of interest of time, I'm seeking.
Order, honorable members.
I have not say interest of time of answering what they have asked. I've just to say, Honorable Speaker, that I'm asking for give us 1 week and give us the. But the said document, it is already in their gadgets, Honorable Speaker, the full document for what they have sought. And Honorable Speaker, Honorable Maina is the chair of implementation. I will also request, Honorable Speaker, that we work together so that we'll ensure that all the ECD teachers will get their benefit and what they request, Honorable Speaker. But because it is wrong for him to ask me, yet he is the chair of implementation, he should follow, make it a clear follow-up so that all the ECD teachers acquire what their benefit, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kiprop, you are inviting a lot of unnecessary point of orders. It is actually not about the time. It is about whether you have the facts to back what you've already submitted. And perhaps we can have until next week, Tuesday, the next sitting, so that you can be able to have a very conclusive response to the statement that was sought by the honorable member. Any other statement? Honorable Isaac.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the interest of time, I'll not.
Isaac, I've given you an opportunity to make your statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm requesting for a statement pursuant to Standing Order number 45-1C1. I stand to seek a statement from the Chairperson, Administration and Public Service on the following matters. Number one, status of medical cover for the county employees. Part one, can the Chairperson for Administration explain the current status of medical cover for all county government employees and confirm whether all eligible staff are duly registered and active under the Social Health Authority, that is SHA system. Two, it has been reported that despite monthly deductions being effected from employees' salaries towards SHA contributions, a significant number of staff are unable to access medical services due to the inactive or unupdated records. Can the chair explain the reasons for the failure of the system to reflect their contributions? Has the county government received any complaints from employees regarding denial of medical services due to the inactive SHA status? If so, what measures have been taken to resolve them? Number two, status of pension scheme and retirement benefits. Part one, can the Chairperson for the Administration explain the pension arrangements currently applicable to the county executive employees and indicate the pension funds in which the employees are enrolled? Two, what was the latest pension remittance made by the county government, and on what date was it submitted? 3, Mr. Speaker, are pension deductions from employees' salaries being remitted regularly and in full? If not, what is the extent of the backlog? Number 4, any outstanding balances owed to the pension fund? 5, what safeguards are in place to ensure the pension deductions are protected and remitted promptly as required by law? Number 3 question, Mr. Speaker, is professional growth and promotions and career progression. 1, can the chairperson explain the policy and criteria used in determining job groups, grading structures, and career progression for the county employees? Is the process of job scale determination standardized across all departments? And if so, what legal or policy framework guides the process? 3, when was the last staff promotion exercise conducted? And how many officers benefited from this exercise? Lastly, what plans does the county government have to enhance career development, succession planning, and institutional capacity within the county public service? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Chairperson Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Chamalan.
Honorable Speaker, I'm not in a position to respond right now. I'm requesting 14 days' time. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, I note that the honorable member has requested for 14 days to make a response to this statement. Perhaps could we have the response next week, Wednesday? You know, you can be able to.
Well, Honorable Speaker.
Well, then we can have a response to that statement on Wednesday next week. Honorable Maina.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am following up on some statement I thought from, well, not statement really, question. It's a question that I'm yet to ask from the floor of the House, Honorable Speaker, and I feel as if I'm feeling a little bit frustrated. It's on the question of FIF and so on, and I do not understand why.
Honorable Maina, is it something that has already found its feet on the floor of the House?
It came to you, Honorable Speaker.
Then, Honorable,
and you approved it, and it's been 2 weeks, Honorable Speaker. I don't think it's being you are being fair.
I don't think then whether this is the right forum to air your concerns, because it undergoes some processes.
Honorable Speaker, this is the only forum I have.
Okay.
I have no other forum, Honorable Speaker. I do not understand why that question is not coming to this House. I kindly request you, Honorable Speaker, to facilitate me. It's a kind request.
Honorable Member, I'll draw attention to the provisions of Standing Order 45. That is regard the questions. And Honorable Member, I'm very much aware that you understand those provisions. And that is not to say that perhaps the questions were not approved or otherwise, but it has to undergo some processes before it finds its way to the floor of the House. So I would urge you to be patient so that you can have a response as regard whether the same were satisfactory.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. There are some other questions also which came to this House, and they were supposed to be rescheduled. So I also seek your indulgence, Honorable Speaker.
I'll give directions. I'll give directions on those. Honorable members, let's make some progress. Next order.
Order number 8, motion.
Honorable Tarbey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion that this House adopts report of Delegated County Legislation Committee on status of Nandi County Legal Repository laid on the table of the House on 10 June 2026. Mr. Speaker, The Committee on Delegated County Legislation is established under the Nandi County Assembly Standing Orders 193-1 and consists of a chairperson and not more than 6 other members. Wherever a statutory instrument is submitted to the County Assembly pursuant to the Constitution, any laws or these standing orders, the statutory instrument shall, unless a contrary intention appears to be in the relevant legislation, be laid before the County Assembly by the chair of the relevant sectoral committee or any other member, and shall therefore stand referred to the Committee on Delegated County Legislation. The committee shall consider in respect to any statutory instrument whether, 1, it is in accord with the provisions of the Constitution, the Act, pursuant to which it's made, or other relevant written laws. 2, infringes on the fundamental rights and freedoms of the public. 3, contains a matter which is in opinion of the committee should be more properly dealt with in an act of the County Assembly, contain imposition of taxation, directly or indirectly pass the jurisdiction of the courts, gives retrospective effect to any other provisions in respect to which the Constitution or Act does not expressly give any such power. G, involves expenditure from the county revenue fund or other public revenues. H, is defective in its drafting, or for any reasons, the form or purports statutory instruments calls for any elucidation. J, appears to make some unusual or unexpected use of powers conferred by the Constitution or the act pursuant to which it is made. J, appears to have had unjustifiable delay in the publication or laying before County Assembly. K, makes right liberties or obligations unduly dependent upon non-refutable decisions. L, makes right liberties, obligations unduly dependent on insufficiently defined administrative powers. M, inappropriately delegates legislative powers. N, imposes a fine, imprisonment, or penalty without express authority having been provided for in the enabling legislation. Appears for any reason to infringe the rule of law. And finally, Mr. Speaker, inadequately subject the exercise of legislative powers of the County Assembly scrutiny and accords to any other reasons and committees deems fit to examine. Honorable Speaker, the members of this committee includes the following members: Honorable Tarbe Josephat, that's the chairperson, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Stanley Jepkemoi, Honorable Benjamin Matata, Honorable Gideon Kogo, Honorable Lydia Jepto, Honorable Julius Arusei, and Honorable Esther Misoi. Acknowledgement. Honorable Speaker, sir, the committee is grateful to the House through the Speaker for the support granted in executing its mandate. The committee is also grateful to the Office of the Clerk and the staff for facilitating and providing technical support to the committee in undertaking the task of processing and evaluating, and eventually producing this report. The committee attributes the success to the cooperation and proper coordination between the various offices of the County Assembly. We also thank the Office of the County Attorney for the cooperation accorded to the members in the committee and the whole House. Mr. Speaker, the report has been signed by the members. Mr. Speaker, you will allow me to speed up. Mr. Speaker, this report is concerning the establishment of the county repository. And I remember when I was tabling, Mr. Speaker, the word repository seems to have been a bit challenging, and I want to explain what it is, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Cambridge Dictionary defines a repository as a physical or digital location, such as warehouse, database, or a library, used for the secure, long-term storage and organization of items, data, or information. It acts as a central location to hold, manage, and access collections. Similarly, a depository is defined as a place where something is placed or deposited, especially for safekeeping. A depository is also synonymous for repository. So for ease of members, Mr. Speaker, the word depository or repository is where something can be kept. Mr. Speaker, a legal repository refers to a centralized collection and database where legal information, documents, regulations, and other legal materials are stored, organized, and made accessible to users. It serves as a reliable source for accessing legal resources and requirements for given products. Mr. Speaker, why this report is important? We are at the third county assembly, Mr. Speaker, and we have had members in the first assembly. We have also had honorable members in the second assembly. And we are now in the third assembly, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, if I ask you today what motion was passed, maybe in the or what bill was passed in the second assembly or the first assembly, at the moment it's a bit challenging, Mr. Speaker, because in the county government of Nandi, we don't have a legal repository, especially an online one, where if we say maybe, and you know even the children, the people sitting in the gallery, Mr. Speaker, they might make the 50th assembly. So, Mr. Speaker, for them, they might not remember even their MCA if we don't have an online repository where documents can be stored, Mr. Speaker, especially the legal instruments. Mr. Speaker, Section 24 Section 24 of the Office of County Attorney Act states that the office shall be the depository of all county laws, legal documents, and agreements signed for on behalf of the county executive. Honorable Speaker, the objective of the Act is that the Office of the County Attorney is mandated to be a custodian of all laws and laws that are passed by the County Assembly and all other legal documents. The right to information is enshrined in the constitutions and several pieces of legislation. Article 35(1)(a) of the Constitution states that every citizen has the right to access information held by the state. Access to Information Act, Section 4 provides that, 1, subject to this act, any other written law, every citizen has the right to access to information held by the state. Another person unaware that information is required for the exercise of protection of any right or fundamentals and freedoms. Part 2, Mr. Speaker, subject to this act, any citizen's right to access to information is not affected by A, any reasons the person gives to seek access, or B, public entity believes as to what are the person's reasons for seeking access. 3, Mr. Speaker, access to information held by the public entity or a private body shall be provided expeditiously at a reasonable cost. The purpose of the repository is therefore both for record keeping and to ensure that legal requirements regarding to access to information are met. Honorable Speaker, presently, it's not easy to access the information relating to laws and regulations in Nandi County. This is a drawback in the right to access to information as envisaged by the Constitution. In this digital era, Mr. Speaker, members of the public are unable to access and review these documents at the click of the button. Mr. Speaker, you can imagine government services, over thousands of government services are currently online. And Mr. Speaker, even legal documents, maybe abbreviation bills and the rest, residents of Nandi would like to access. You can imagine someone in Terik, Mr. Speaker. He cannot get resources to come here at Nandi County Assembly or go to the executive to look for that document. So, because we have a right to information, Mr. Speaker, these documents ought to be online in a form of legal repository. Honorable Speaker, there have been instances where the County Assembly passes bills and the same is forwarded to the County Executive for assent and publication. But the County Assembly does not eventually get a copy of published act for its record. So you can see, Mr. Speaker, even this Honorable House, because once we pass documents, unless they are cassetted, after being assented by the governor, it becomes an exercise in futility, Mr. Speaker, because you can imagine a legislative house which doesn't access its own documents. So, Mr. Speaker, it means even some of us could be subjected to replicating motions that were passed maybe in the first assembly or in the second assembly. Honorable Speaker, several counties such as Siaya, Kakamega, Makueni, and Nyandarua have already established repositories which make it easy for members of the public to retrieve information. Further, the Senate of Kenya is in the process of establishing Senate of Kenya online tracker for county legislation, a centralized online platform that allows citizens to monitor the legislative processes across the 47 counties in Kenya. The information that is fed in this platform requires cooperation and documentation from the county assemblies. Submissions by the county attorney. Honorable Speaker, on 18th March 2026, the committee held a consultative meeting with the county solicitor over the issue of the repository, among other issues. The committee inquired about the county repository and was informed that the office of the county attorney had been allocated a sum of 10 million in the last financial year, Mr. Speaker, in this financial year, for setting up the county repository, but the same had since been reallocated when we had invited the office of the county attorney repository due to lack of funds, Mr. Speaker. It was indicated to the committee that the county's repository is important and is amicably that the county has only a manual recording statutes contained in a file, Mr. Speaker. It was also noted that tracking of bills is done manually, and the office of the county attorney follows up with the respective department on what is required. So you can imagine, Mr. Speaker, this is an office, and I know even in our budget, Mr. Speaker, the office of county attorney is allocated independent resources. So if they have to go to departments manually to go and look maybe for documents whenever they are required, Mr. Speaker, it becomes a challenge. The committee noted that the office of the county attorney has not forwarded any regulations to the county assembly in respect to legislations passed that require regulations such as Facilities Improvement Fund Act, the Nandi County Education Scheme Act, and Nandi County Equitable Development Act, and Nandi County Alcoholic Drinks Control Bill. Mr. Speaker, these are some of the bills which we have been passed in this House, and we are mandated as a committee to scrutinize the regulations. But however, Mr. Speaker, in as much as some of these acts are operational, regulations concerning the same have not been forwarded, especially from the executive department, Mr. Speaker, and we will be demanding that they be forwarded, Mr. Speaker, because it's against the law to operationalize an act without proper regulations, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the committee was informed that physical copies of statutes are yet to be supplied by the government printers due to non-payment. The office of the county attorney is required to make the requisite payment to enable printing and production of the statutes. Honorable Speaker, the committee was informed that the office of the county attorney does not have enough staff to execute duties effectively due to matters of attrition, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are informed now that they have 3 advocates, currently down from 6. Initially they had 6, but now they have 3. Honorable Speaker, attached with the report is documents that were submitted by the county attorney. The following documents were made available to the committee for assessment. A letter from the county attorney requesting for government printers, requesting copies of the following legislation, and the legislations have been attached, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to move to findings and recommendations. Mr. Speaker, following the meeting with the office of the county attorney, the committee made the following observation. 1, the committee observed that Nandi County has no publicly accessible record of all laws passed, policies enacted, and agreements entered since inception of devolution in 2013. Mr. Speaker, we had to challenge the county attorney because he came with 1 file. And Mr. Speaker, 3 devolved units, first assembly, second and third assembly, a lot of motions, a lot of bills have been passed. So it means there are a lot of undocumented documents out there. Mr. Speaker, the committee noted that Nandi County has neither storage space nor physical copies of all the laws passed, policies enacted, and agreements entered since the first assembly. The committee noted that there is no direct channel of communication between the office of the county attorney and the department of the county executive, leading to lapse in legislative matters such as the formulation of regulations. Mr. Speaker, we had to question how they coordinate between departments. For example, a committee on education, for example, may wish to make a legislation concerning maybe matters ECD, Mr. Speaker, but there was no proper channel of how this is being done, Mr. Speaker, because remember, bills can come from members or from department or even the office of the county, but there was not a clear structure, Mr. Speaker. The committee finds that while the office of the county attorney made an effort to retrieve legislations from the county printers in 2024, no tangible efforts has been made since then to ensure that the same is delivered. The committee regrettably noted that while the office of the county attorney operates as a standalone department with its own budget. Much control remains in the Department of Finance, and reallocations are made without reference to it. Mr. Speaker, allow me to give a picture that the Office of the County Attorney kind of sounded frustrated, Mr. Speaker, because to them they want to implement these matters, but I don't know how it's being controlled by the Finance Department, because they say they were relocated resources, Mr. Speaker, but we want to plead with this honorable House that we adopt these reports. Since it's a standalone department in the executive, they should be given their resources and be allowed to do their work, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the committee notes that the Office of the County Attorney is committed to executing its mandate, but requires more support from the relevant departments, such as the Department of Finance, towards financing autonomy, and the County Public Service Board towards employing more staff in the department. Mr. Speaker, I think their workforce is so minimal that even if we want them to compile all these documents, they might not be able to achieve, Mr. So it needs to be resourced, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the committee recommends that the following. One, the Office of County Attorney establishes both physical and online county repository where all relevant county legislations, policies, legal documents will be available for members of public and even for members of this honorable House, Mr. Speaker. The Office of the County Attorney, in liaison with the government printers, avail to the County Assembly copies of all legislations passed since 2013 within 3 months, Mr. Speaker, from the date of passing of this report. 3, the Office of the County Attorney, in liaison with the relevant department, to within 1 month formulate and forward to the County Assembly regulations in respect to the Nandi County Facilities Improvement Fund, the Nandi County Education Scheme Act, Nandi County Equitable Development Act, Nandi County Alcoholic Drinks Control, and any other regulations that may require formulation. 4, Mr. Speaker, the Office of the County Attorney shares with the County Assembly a comprehensive report on all legislations passed since inception of devolution and statutes of each with respect to regulations and the steps taken to formulate regulations thus far. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the Public Service Board to competitively employ more advocates to ease workload of officers within the Office of the County Attorney. Mr. Speaker, attached is also minutes when we adopted this report and the said documents that I had mentioned, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, in brief, that's what the report is all about. Mr. Speaker, we are vested with 3 powers. The powers of legislation, representation, and oversight. Mr. Speaker, without documenting our legislations, we'll be doing a lot of work in vain, Mr. Speaker. So, these reports need to be implemented. The Office of the County Attorney, as a legal custodian, be empowered to keep proper records of this honorable House. Mr. Speaker, at this juncture, allow me to request my able Vice Chair, Honorable Stancy, to second, Mr. Speaker, the adoption of the report.
Honorable members, the motion having been moved and seconded, I now propose that this House adopts the report of the Delegated County Legislation Committee on the status of the Nandi County Legal Repository laid on the table of the House on 10th June 2026. Bet, I've seen your mic is on.
Mr. Speaker, I do not want to guide the chair, but I would request that now that we understand the whole concept, just put a question. We have very important business ahead of us. We have a very important business ahead of us, and already we have the document with us. Thank you.
This is equally very important, Honorable Bet. Let us not restrict the other members who might be very comfortable to make contributions. Honorable Matata. Oh.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, for not allowing the minds of Honorable Bet not to allow us to give our comments. Honorable Speaker, first let me thank the Honorable Chair, our able Chair, Honorable Tarbey.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
What is your point of order?
I'm raising on point of order number 95. Honorable Speaker, on adjournment of this motion. I'm requesting. Honorable
Rotich, I don't want to make comments on that, but will that really amount to a point of order? Unless maybe if you are making an application pursuant to that standing order.
Yes, yes, on this motion, Honorable Speaker.
But the honorable member is on his feet, unless maybe you are making something, you know, that the honorable member is not in order. So Honorable Kerich, you can wind up.
Oh.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I don't see why these members don't want to debate this motion of the county repository, Honorable Speaker. But Honorable Speaker, first let me thank the Honorable Chair, because if I'm not wrong, this is, if not the first, it is the second report brought to the floor of this House by this committee, Honorable Speaker. First and foremost, Honorable Speaker, is that going by the report by the Honorable Chair, you find that there are serious breaches, Honorable Speaker, and it is cutting across nearly all the departments, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you find that in our term that is now nearly coming to an end, we've passed a number of bills in this county assembly, Honorable Speaker, and to our surprise, Honorable Speaker, is that those bills to date, Honorable Speaker, protect me from the conversation of Honorable Tildai.
Honorable Tildai, you can consult in a very low tone, kindly, please.
Honorable Speaker, you find that we've passed a lot of bills in this House since we came in to this county assembly. And to our surprise, going by the records, Honorable Speaker, you find that we have bills that have been mentioned in this report, like the bill of the alcoholic drinks bill. We have the amendment to the Education Act. We have also the Facilities Improvement Fund. We also have the Nandi County Equitable Act, Honorable Speaker. And to date, Honorable Speaker, regulations to those various bills, Honorable Speaker, has never been brought to this House for approval. Honorable Speaker, all the honorable members, especially the 30 elected, and this House, we are all aware that the Nandi County Equitable Act is operational. But to our surprise, the regulations that should give effect to this act, Honorable Speaker, have never been brought to this House for approval, which is a very dangerous thing, Honorable Speaker. Somebody can go to court and stop the whole thing because of lack of regulations that gives effects to those bills, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to call upon the office of the county attorney to make sure that he liaises with all the relevant departments so that what needs to be done is done immediately, Honorable Speaker, so that we don't have legal challenges going forward. And even to trace the kind of bills that this House have passed. Honorable Speaker, and I want to call even the leadership and you as the main person in this Honorable House, that we also need to have a team to be tracing on these issues, Honorable Speaker, because you find most of the recommendations that are being given by the various committees, Honorable Speaker, we've never had feedback on how these recommendations have been implemented, Honorable Speaker. You find that we give recommendations, we give timelines, but to date, we've never have a response on whether these recommendations have been implemented as per the committee's guidelines, Honorable Speaker. So I wish to support this report, and I call upon the Honorable House to make sure that we all support and adopt this report so that we give the county attorney, and we also, in terms of resources, you find that going by the report, you find that the office of the county attorney has some challenges to do with resources. So we need also, as an Honorable House, because we are in the budget making process, which we are actually approaching the tail end of the budget process, Honorable Speaker, we need to see and accord the office of the county attorney some budget so that the office is facilitated well. Otherwise, I wish to support 100%. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You can see the mic of Honorable Member from Olesos.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to thank
make your
the
submission. If there's no any other person, then we can have the mover of the motion to make a right of reply. Honorable Maina.
May I thank the chairman and the committee for this timely report. It's a surprise, Honorable Speaker, that at the moment, as we go to 15 years, you can be told that there is no depository. And Honorable Speaker, you would agree with me that you do not necessarily require anything big in as far as the question of, how to ensure that whatever we pass in this assembly, including the agreements, can, a place to put them. But I'm happy that we can see that the office is finally, taking shape. And I want to imagine that it's so easy. We do not require too much money to have a place where these documents can be put. And then when it comes to the issue of probably having a digital platform, Honorable Speaker, the county government already has a website. So it's just a matter of uploading. So when you are told that 10 million was planned just so that you can upload some documents that we've passed, Honorable Speaker, that's laughable. It's honestly laughable. So I don't understand why the attorney would not do this job even immediately. In fact, Honorable Speaker, I think he deserves a censure from this house for failing to do that. I don't understand. So what does he do on every given day? It's a mess, Honorable Speaker. This is something that we cannot even begin to think about. But then, Honorable Speaker, even as I have looked at the section, this section 24, it says that he does that on behalf of the county executive. And I have insisted in this house, Honorable Speaker, that the people on whom the actual onus rests is the county executive. And for avoidance of doubt, anybody who wants to understand what the county executive means, I invite them to look at Article 179. So you just know who is the county executive. And they should have done that already. So they are letting us down. They are letting us down big time. And I wish that, I hope among the recommendations, and I'm happy, Honorable Speaker, when we have something like this, and like what my friend was talking about, the one of, chair of education, if we have a resolution like this, I am very happy to follow up on as our committee. We are very happy to follow up and see that the House has resolved that let there be a depository immediately. And not only that, Honorable Speaker, this is, it's laughable for us to say that the attorney does not have money. Look at the budget. I want you to look at the budget. I don't think they have less than 50 million, or maybe something like 30 million. It's not less than that. And if indeed that department has got only 3 attorneys, then I think they are overcompensated. If it is true that they just have 3 lawyers, I mean, so these 3 lawyers are having all this money to themselves. Let's look at the budget. The budget of the county attorney is not small. And it is not our business to give the county attorney money. Well, let him request. Has he requested? So if we come here and say, oh, let's fund someone who doesn't want money, why should we do that? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Point of information.
He can inform. I don't mind. Let him inform me.
Matata, in a minute, you can inform the honorable member. Thereafter, we can have the move of the
Thank you,
motion.
thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to inform Honorable Maina that during our interrogation with the county attorney, Honorable Speaker, is that the office of the county attorney, through the interrogations and the paper and the documents that he presented to the committee, Honorable Speaker, is that there was clear evidence of underfunding, Honorable Speaker. So that is what I wanted to inform the Honorable member.
Much obliged, Honorable Speaker, but they don't mention the figures, unfortunately. So they are underfunded by how much? 1 shilling?
Honorable
or
Speaker, maybe in the right of reply of the chair, he will address
Well,
that issue.
Honorable Tarbe, you can make a right of reply in 2 minutes' time, please.
Thank you, Speaker. Because of the interest of time, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the members for the contribution. But, Mr. Speaker, allow me to vindicate the office of the county attorney, in as much as we are talking of the 3 years of devolution, the 3 terms, the first assembly, the second assembly, and the third assembly. I think the office of the county attorney, we may say, it has worked during this season, Mr. Speaker. Previously, it was not a well-established office. And I believe even the substantive budget they will be getting this time around, Mr. Speaker, as an independent office. So it's something we acknowledge that it was not so that people may go saying that's 15 years down the line. But initially, the act, Mr. Speaker, and the establishment of the office is has just been done the other day. So, to answer on the question of request, they have requested us to kindly assist in, because the budget making, Mr. Speaker, is done in this honorable house. So it's a matter of them requesting. It's asked to approve, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask the honorable members that we support this report. Thank you.
Honorable members, I will proceed to put the question that this House adopts the report of Delegated County Legislation Committee on the status of the Nandi County Legal Repository, laid on the table of the House on 10th June 2026. Will as many as of similar opinion say aye?
Aye.
And will as many of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Our next order.
Order number 9, pronouncement of budget highlights and revenue raising measures for the county government of Nandi for financial year 2026-2027 by the County Executive Committee member for Finance and Economic Planning.
Honorable members, Section 132(1) of the Public Finance Management Act provides that each financial year, the county executive member for finance shall, with the approval of the county executive committee, make a pronouncement of the revenue-raising measures for the county government. Honorable members, Standing Order 25A provides that the Speaker may designate a suitable place in the chamber or at the bar of the House for the county executive committee members responsible for finance to make a public pronouncement of the budget policy highlights and the revenue-raising measures for national government as contemplated under the Public Finance Management Act, and B, other persons to make submissions or presentations before the House. Further, honorable members, Standing Order 216A provides that the county executive member responsible for finance shall make a public pronouncement of the budget policy highlights and revenue-raising measures for the county government as contemplated under the Public Finance Management Act. The Speaker may designate a suitable place in the chamber for the purposes of admitting the county executive member to make the public pronouncement of the budget policy highlights and revenue-raising measures. The public pronouncement under paragraph 1 shall be heard without a question or any clarification. 4, on the same date that the budget policy highlights and revenue-raising measures are pronounced, the county executive committee member shall submit to the county assembly a legislative proposal setting out the revenue-raising measures for the county government together with a policy statement expounding on those measures. Honorable members, in the exercise of the standing orders, I have designated the seats on my right for the County Executive Committee member 4 for Finance and Economic Planning to execute his mandate, and I therefore direct the Sergeant at Arms to escort the CCM for finance and economic planning to the chambers. Well, I now believe that the CCM member in charge of finance and economic planning is in the chambers. But then, honorable members, before I invite the CCM to undertake his solemn duty, let me most sincerely recognize, the guests in our gallery. I am aware that we have the county executive committee members present on the speakers gallery. We have the chief officers present also on the speakers gallery, the senior county government officials present, the members of the public, and also the members of the Fourth Estate. You are highly welcomed. Honorable members, I, with the most profound honor, welcome you all to the fourth pronouncement of the budget highlights in the third county assembly, and I thank you for choosing to take part in today's event. Today's exercise is anchored under section 131 of the Public Finance Management Act, which provides as follows: that the County Assembly shall consider the county government budget estimates with view to approving them with or without amendments in time for the relevant appropriation law and any other laws required to implement the budget to be passed by the 30th June each year. Before the County Assembly considers the estimates of the revenue and expenditure, the relevant committee of the County Assembly, and in finalizing the recommendations of the County Assembly, the committee shall take into account the views of the County Executive Committee member for Finance and Public on the proposed recommendations. Honorable members, prior to this exercise, I am elated that the Budget and Appropriation Committee has since carried out public participation in the 6 venues in our 6 sub-counties, besides receiving memoranda concerning the same, and views of the members of the public shall therefore count when the County Assembly shall be considering the final estimates. Honorable members, at this juncture and pursuant to the provisions of the Public Finance Management Act and the standing orders, I hereby welcome the CCM Finance and Economic Planning to execute his mandate. Welcome, Waziri. Technical team, kindly work on this microphone very fast so that Honorable Majority.
Maybe you can allow to use mine.
Our ICT team are working on the same. In a few minutes' time, we'll have it resolved.
Thank you very much. This is a budget statement delivered to this county assembly for the county government of Nandi, highlighting the budget policy and revenue raising measures for the fiscal year 26-27. Mr. Speaker, sir, the honorable members of the county assembly, residents of Nandi County, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests present, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Speaker, it is once again a privilege and profound honor to stand before this honorable house and present to the people of Nandi the highlights of the financial year 26-27 budget, this being the 9th budget under this administration. Mr. Speaker, I make this presentation in fulfillment of the requirements of Section 131 and 2 of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012 and the Standing Order number 216 of the County Assembly. Mr. Speaker, before I proceed, allow me to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the honorable members of this House for the unwavering support they have continued to extend to me, the County Treasury, and the entire County Executive. I'm particularly grateful that this honorable House, Mr. Speaker, approved the 2026 County Fiscal Strategy paper, which laid the fiscal and policy foundation upon which the budget estimates have been prepared. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to register my appreciation to His Excellency the Governor of Nandi for his visionary leadership, his steadfast commitment to public service, and the clear strategic direction that he continues to provide in steering our county's development agenda. Mr. Speaker, I equally wish to thank the Budget and Appropriation Committee under the leadership of Honorable Edwin Korir and all the sectoral committees of this Honorable House for their diligent and constructive engagement in the scrutiny and the review of the financial year 26-27 budget estimates and the related policy documents submitted to this House. Mr. Speaker, the financial year 26-27 budget marks the 4th year of implementation of the Nandi County Integrated Development Plan, which runs from 2023 to 2027. It reflects our government's continued commitment to the aspiration of the people, anchored under the Better Agenda. Mr. Speaker, I present this budget under the theme Strengthening Economic Transformation and Enhancing Service Delivery for All. So quickly, Mr. Speaker, allow me to highlight some of the achievements under the financial year 2025-2026. Under the Department of Administration, Public Service, and ICT, Mr. Speaker, there have been the public service and ICT forms the backbone of service delivery within the county. Under human resource management, Mr. Speaker, we have successfully implemented the recommendations of the 2024 Public Service Commission staff audit. We have rolled out and approved staff establishment and updated our human resource policies, together laying a firm foundation for a professional and accountable public service. Mr. Speaker, to further strengthen our workforce, we recruited over 1,000 staff across different cadres and conducted comprehensive skills audit for proper placement of our staff. We rolled out a comprehensive medical cover for our staff and their dependents, improving the welfare of our workforce and enhancing access to quality health care for our employees and their dependents. Mr. Speaker, I'm also pleased to report that our county qualified for the institutional support grant of the second Kenya Devolution Support Program amounting to Kenya shillings 70 million. This achievement positions us firmly for the investment grant amounting to 352.5 million Kenya shillings that we are to receive before the end of this financial year. Mr. Speaker, on the matter of transparency and open governance, we have enhanced openness and accountability through participation in the Open Government Partnership efforts that have earned this county multiple national and international awards. Mr. Speaker, in the area of urban development, the department has completed the integrated urban development plans for Nandi Hills and Mosoriot, advancing both towns steadily towards becoming a municipality status. Finally, we've also completed a number of sanitation facilities, including ablution blocks at Kapsato and Kipkaren Celia Market, improving hygiene standards and working conditions for traders and residents. Mr. Speaker, on the Department of Agriculture and Cooperative Development, I'm delighted to report the commissioning and operationalization of the Nandi County Cooperative Creameries in Kabiyet, one of the most significant milestones of this administration. With a processing capacity of 100,000 liters per shift, this facility is now processing milk from our farmers at scale. The Nandi Milk brand is on the shelves in the Kenyan market, and thousands of our residents are already benefiting from the direct and indirect employment it has created. Mr. Speaker, we've also committed significant resources to the coffee value chain. The county government has distributed 350,000 seedlings this financial year alone, supplemented by 40,000 seedlings from the national government. Additionally, the county has also facilitated farmers and cooperative institutions to establish nurseries that are raising over 500,000 seedlings through access to certified coffee seeds, presenting a major investment in reviving coffee farming across Nandi. Further, Mr. Speaker, these investments include the supply and installation of a digital 80-ton weighbridge at the Nandi coffee milling plant in Chebonet. Construction of a perimeter wall with razor wire, alarm system, and security lights is ongoing. Purchase and distribution of 8 pulping machines, installation of 2 large pulping machines for selected cooperatives, and installation of CCTV systems with floodlights in key cooperative facilities across the county. Considering this, coffee cooperatives in Nandi has grown from 18 in 2017 to over 104 currently, reflecting the county's policy of grounding coffee development in farmer-owned institutions. Mr. Speaker, in the current season, Nandi traded approximately 1.75 million kilograms of coffee at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange, earning roughly USD 12.87 million, or an equivalent Kenya shilling of 1.66 billion Kenya shillings, at an average of USD 365 per 50 kilogram bag. Notably, the Nandi Coffee Cooperative Union is now a licensed brokerage platform at the exchange, transitioning farmers from producers to active organized market participants. Mr. Speaker, in our ongoing effort to safeguard livestock health and productivity, we have significantly scaled our veterinary services and vaccination programs across the county to address the growing prevalence of critical livestock diseases such as foot and mouth, lambskin, rabies, and black quarter anthrax diseases. Mr. Speaker, the farmers now have access to subsidized AI services, driving the genetic improvement of livestock for higher milk and meat yields and greater farmer profitability. In light of this, Mr. Speaker, we still want to request our farmers to embrace the use of sexed semen to improve yields and to ultimately boost milk production, thereby making our cooperative creameries both viable and sustainable. Mr. Speaker, our investment in horticulture is bearing fruit. The distribution of 69,950 avocado seedlings across the county has directly contributed to the growth of volumes of flowing through the avocado aggregation center at Lolduga, Olesos. The center is equipped with cold chain capacity of 22 tons, enabling quality preservation and extending the shelf life of our products, of our produce for both domestic and export markets. Mr. Speaker, under agricultural mechanization, the county government has acquired a tipping trailer and a forage harvester, scaling up further production across the county. The county government has also supported over 400 registered cooperative societies across multiple value chains that cover dairy, coffee, avocado, tea, and other sectors. Mr. Speaker, under the World Bank funded National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project, or NAFCDP, significant milestones have been achieved. Financial matching grants totaling 22.7 million shillings have been disbursed to 21 SACCOs to support loaning to their respective members. Inclusion grants of 3.9 million were disbursed to 14 farmer producer organizations to support automation and membership recruitment. Enterprise development grants of 22.9 million shillings were disbursed for the modernization of 3 coffee cooperatives to enhance wet processing and 1 chicken cooperative. A coffee union weighbridge was established at a cost of 14.75 million, and 8.8 million in grants was disbursed to support foot and mouth disease vaccination. Mr. Speaker, NAFCDP further supported the disbursement of 4.5 million shillings for the establishment of 45 demonstration farms across all wards, the development of capacity building plans for 28 farmer producer organizations, and the holding of 11 sub-county and county field days and agricultural exhibitions. A total of 170 lead farmers and 72 agripreneurs were trained on coffee technologies for dissemination to our farming communities. Additionally, 142 agripreneurs were recruited to strengthen extension services across the county, and the Kapkures watershed catchment was conserved through soil management structures and sustainable land management practices at a cost of 5.5 million shillings. Mr. Speaker, Kaimosi Agricultural Training Center, a historic institution for agricultural capacity building in this region, has been revived and fully modernized under our agricultural transformation agenda. Training halls, demonstration plots, and staff quarters have been rehabilitated, and the center is now fully operational, handling training programs for farmers and agricultural staff from Nandi and neighboring counties. Mr. Speaker, a 400 capacity hostel is currently under construction, which will significantly expand the center's ability to accommodate residential training cohorts. The county government is working towards positioning Kaimosi ATC as a regional center of excellence in agricultural training and innovation, encompassing specialized programs across the dairy, coffee, avocado, and poultry value chains. Demonstrations farms for practical skills transfer, agricultural field days, and an agribusiness incubation unit to support young agripreneurs. Mr. Speaker, the county is also actively implementing and complementing the national government's fertilizer subsidy program by establishing and fully supporting 5 last-mile fertilizer stores at Chepterit, Nandi Hills, Kobujoy, Chepteroi, and Kaptel. The initiative directly addresses the access and distribution bottlenecks that has historically prevented smallholder farmers from benefiting from national input and subsidy schemes. On education and vocational training, Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to report commendable progress during the financial year 25-26. Through the county bursary program, the county government disbursed 120 million shillings equitably across all wards, benefiting over 12,000 students in secondary and tertiary institutions, a clear demonstration of the belief that Nandi child should not be denied education due to financial hardship. Mr. Speaker, a pilot school milk feeding program for ECD learners was successfully implemented in Kabiyet and Tindired wards. This has improved learner nutrition and health while demonstrating a scalable model that links our education agenda directly to our dairy value chain. I call upon this Honorable House, Mr. Speaker, to support its expansion to all wards in the coming financial year as proposed in this budget. Mr. Speaker, on infrastructure, the county government has constructed 85 ECDE centers across the county and equipped 20 of them providing learners with safe, modern, enabling learning environments that lay the foundation for their education. On the sports and youth affairs, Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to report significant progress in sports and youth development during financial year 25-26. The Eliud Kipchoge Modern Athletics Training Camp in Kapsabet has been operationalized, providing a suitable facility for the nurturing of athletic talent. Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the complex has been completed, and a 10,000-seat Kipchoge Keino Stadium has been launched, a milestone that gives Nandi a sporting infrastructure befitting its global reputations. Under the Ward-Based Sports Development Program, a total of 720 teams have been equipped with sports gear and materials, ensuring that the sporting opportunities are distributed equitably across all the wards and not just confined to the urban centers. A total of 1,480 athletes have been supported and trained across multiple disciplines, building the pipeline of talent that will carry Nandi name forward to the international stage. On youth empowerment, Mr. Speaker, over 1,000 young people have been supported through the Nandi County Youth Service Program. In addition, 52 ACPO certificates have been issued to youth-owned enterprises, 100 welding machines distributed to equip young artisans with tools of trade, and 100 youth groups trained in briquette and soap making, giving our young people practical skills and pathways to self-reliance. Under health and sanitation, Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to report remarkable progress spanning universal health coverage, infrastructure, digital transformation, community health, and specialized clinical services. Mr. Speaker, the county, most health facilities now are accredited and are operational under all major social health authority financing windows. That is the Primary Health Care Fund, the Social Health Insurance Fund, the Public Officers Medical Scheme Fund, and the Emergency Chronic and Critical Illness Fund. A total of 577,782 of the county's estimated 885,629 residents have been registered under SHA. This represents 65.2% of the population. This provides a strong foundation for financial risk protection, improved access to service, and sustainable health financing. Mr. Speaker, this further reduces out-of-pocket household expenditure for our people. Mr. Speaker, the county has implemented a series of free medical outreach camps between reaching undeserved and vulnerable populations across the county. Services provided include comprehensive medical consultations, maternal and child health services, antenatal and postnatal care, hearing screening and early detection services, health education, preventive care, and referral services for specialized treatment. This has been a decentralization of healthcare service delivery, reducing geographical barriers and promoting early diagnosis. I'm proud, Mr. Speaker, to report that Nandi County has achieved 100% digitization of its health system. A total of 1,206 digital services have been deployed across 155 public health facilities within the county. The results of this digitization has been enhanced patient registration and electronic medical records management. This has improved clinical decision-making and continuity of care, strengthening health data quality and real-time reporting. This achievement positions Nandi, Mr. Speaker, as one of the leading counties in digital health implementation in Kenya. Mr. Speaker, the county has also implemented several strategic health infrastructure projects to expand access to health. These include equipping and operationalization of Chebiogoson Dispensary, equipping of Koibem Laboratory, renovation of Cheptarit Dispensary, operationalization of Meteitei Maternity Block, renovation of Chebilat Dispensary, renovations of X-ray block and installation and operationalization of X-ray unit at Kaptumo and Meteitei sub-county hospitals. In addition, construction and equipping of new maternity wing at Kapkangani Health Center is now complete. Notably, Mr. Speaker, Mosori Theatre Unit has been commissioned and has already facilitated over 500 life-saving surgical procedures, significantly reducing patient referrals and improving access to both emergency and elective surgical care for residents. Mr. Speaker, a total of 1,520 community health promoters have been deployed across 152 community health units. Through the CHPs, household health education has expanded, disease surveillance has improved, maternal and child health referrals have increased, and community-level preventive interventions have been strengthened. This program continues to bridge the gap between our communities and health facilities, leading to a people-centered care at the grassroots. Routine immunization coverage has increased from 68% to 74.3%, which has really strengthened protection against vaccine-preventable diseases. The number, Mr. Speaker, of antiretroviral therapy sites has been expanded from 38 to 59 facilities across the county. The expansion has improved geographical access to treatment, enhanced retention in care, and increased viral suppression rates. As a result, HIV prevalence in Nandi has declined from 2.8% to 1.7%, moving our county closer to epidemic control targets. This decentralization, Mr. Speaker, has brought quality care closer home while reducing stigma and improving continuity of treatment for persons living with HIV. Mr. Speaker, a nephrology clinic has been established at Nandi Hills Hospital, bringing kidney care closer to residents who previously traveled long distances for such services. Additionally, artificial intelligence-enabled digital X-ray systems and advanced diagnostic equipment have been deployed across 6 major health facilities. These investments have greatly improved diagnostic accuracy, expedited clinical decision-making, reduced turnaround times, and enhanced overall quality of patient care. Mr. Speaker, I'm delighted to inform this House that construction of the Mother and Baby Hospital complex has been successfully completed. Equipping and final preparations are currently underway, with full commissioning expected before the end of the calendar year. Once operational, this facility will expand specialized obstetric and neonatal services, improve management of high-risk pregnancies, and enhance newborn intensive care capacity, contributing to further reductions in maternal and neonatal mortality in Nandi. Mr. Speaker, in recognition of the critical but often neglected dimension of health, a mental health and gender-based violence center has been established at Nandi Hills County Hospital, Sub-County Hospital, in partnership with Eastern Produce Kenya. The center provides integrated services, including mental health assessment and treatment, psychological counseling, trauma-informed care, gender-based violence, response, survivor support, referral and rehabilitation services. Mr. Speaker, a dedicated clinic for public and civil servants has also been established at Meteitei Sub-County Hospital, providing streamlined service delivery under the Public Officers Medical Scheme Fund. This clinic reduces congestion at the facility, improves client experience, and ensures timely access to health care for government employees and their dependents. A plan, Mr. Speaker, to expand this service to Kapsabet County Referral Hospital is on course, and we should be able to be done before the end of the calendar year. Under lands, physical planning, housing, environment, water, natural resources, and climate change, we've made significant progress in implementing the 25-26 financial year, covering water infrastructure, environmental conservation, climate action, physical planning, and land administration. The county government, Mr. Speaker, implemented a total of 109 water projects under the ward-based and county flagship programs. These include 13 pipe supply projects, of which 10 are fully complete, 96 infrastructure works covering water intakes, pumping and rising mains, distribution networks, storage tanks, and solarization systems, of which 10 are fully complete. The remaining are at an advanced stages of completion and will be finalized in the next phase. These investments have improved water availability and are currently serving approximately 700 households across the county. Household water connectivity has risen from 30% to 45% through 15 new schemes, 60 kilometers of new pipelines, and 4 new boreholes. Mr. Speaker, I wish to acknowledge that the procurement delays arising from the Electronic Government Procurement System, or EGP, affected the timely commencement and delivery of some of these projects, and the county government is working closely with the National Treasury to address the bottlenecks going forward. On environmental conservation, the county government has restored wetlands through indigenous tree planting and fencing at Kapkongony and Mutwot in Chesumei, Matambach in Aldai, Kipriche in Tindret, Kapsasur and Kamatargu in Mgwen. Over 650,000 tree seedlings have been planted, and degraded wetlands and escarpments have been restored. The county government partnered with SNV, the Kenya Forest Service, Kenya Wildlife Service, NEMA, the Greenbelt Movement, Nature Kenya, and other organizations for tree planting along the Mokong and Kibirong Kundos river corridors. The Nandi County Wetland Management and Conservation Act of 2021 and the Climate Change Fund Act 2021 have been reviewed, and the county energy plan has also been finalized and is awaiting validation and launching. The waste management strategy and policy are also ongoing. The county climate change unit staff have been trained at the Kenya School of Government. The county has also acquired pickup truck and 6 motorcycles to support field operations. Construction of the Mazingira building was completed. Under the FLOCA program, Mr. Speaker, the county has completed 3 irrigation projects at Matema, Kiptabes, and Sarwat, and 30 community water projects benefiting 506 households. Aggregation stores have been constructed to reduce post-harvest losses and are awaiting operationalization. The Junkao production program is being rolled out across all the 30 wards alongside the Chebonet coffee production project. The Siret irrigation water project has been completed, and 30 additional community water projects are currently underway. On physical planning, Mr. Speaker, survey and housing, the county government has mapped, surveyed, and beaconed wetlands covering 749 acres and 113 acres in Chesumei, 49 acres in Tinderet, and 40 acres in Aldai. The county special plan has been completed and approved by this Honorable House and is now guiding sustainable land use and physical planning across the county. The land use policy and development control policy have been formulated. Through the Kenya Informal Settlements Improvement Program Phase 2, planning and survey works were undertaken in trading centers and 9 settlement schemes, strengthening 10-year security for residents. The county government partnered with the national government to survey and open up approximately 300 kilometers of roads. Development control has been strengthened through processing of subdivision, change of use, and lease renewal applications, with 600 development applications processed exceeding the set target. Land records have been digitized, and the water policy, the water bill, and water services sector investment plan of 2025-2030, which is a roadmap for universal water access, has been finalized. Mr. Speaker, I wish to make mention of the Kapsabet Nandi Water and Sewerage and Sanitation Company, which was ranked among Kenya's best medium-sized water companies for 2 consecutive years, as confirmed by the Water Services Regulatory Board Impact Report 17, a distinction that reflects the dedication of our staff and the quality of investments made. The water company has completed 370 million shillings in Nandi Hills water supply project, incorporating the Mokong treatment plan with a production capacity of 2,500 cubic meters per day. A total of 56.4 kilometers of pipeline have been upgraded to PPR standards, and 2,800 mechanical and smart meters have been installed, significantly cutting water losses across the network. These efforts have translated into measurable improvements, with Kanawasco achieving 80% customer satisfaction and 85% service delivery performance. Mr. Speaker, under trade, tourism, industrialization, and enterprise development, we have strengthened the business community environment by investing in trading and infrastructure for our MSMEs. We completed water market stalls at Potopoto, Baraton, and Yala. We built sanitation facilities across 7 markets. We fenced Sangalo and Yala markets, constructed border sheds in over 20 centers, and established 5 new open-air markets that have collectively improved trading conditions and created job opportunities. Mr. Speaker, in February 2025, we commissioned the Nandi Textiles Factory in Mosoriot, which is expected to create over 200 jobs and train more than 5,000 youths, positioning Nandi as a textile hub. The county aggregation industrial park has resumed and is now at 46% completion. On tourism, Mr. Speaker, we've partnered with the Kenya Tourism Board to market the county, promoted flagship projects, events such as the Taptengele Cultural Circuit and the Barngetuny Half Marathon, and renovated Chepkit waterfalls to enhance safety and visitor experience. Under transport, public works and infrastructure, the sector lies at the heart of this county's growth. During the period under review, Mr. Speaker, we gravelled 178 kilometers of road, graded 1,246 kilometers, opened over 155 kilometers of entirely new road networks, connecting communities, markets, schools, and health facilities. We've also installed 2,294 meters of concrete pipe culverts, 23 box culverts, 5 steel footbridges. Together, these have improved safety and ensured all-weather reliability on our roads. Mr. Speaker, also completed 1.8 kilometers of tarmacking in both Kapsabet and Nandi Hills, with a further 1.8 kilometers of tarmac in Mosoriad, which is nearing completion. Furthermore, through our MOU with the two multinational companies, we mobilized 212 million shillings in TCES and expended 188 million shillings to maintain 1,426 kilometers of roads within the tea growing sector under the CES program. We also received 65 million shillings in RMLF funds, though this really is a fraction of what the county was entitled. We still urge the national government to fast-track the full disbursement of the remaining amounts. Under culture, gender, and social welfare, Mr. Speaker, we've made meaningful progress. We've commenced the Nandi Culture and Art Center at Kamatargui Conservancy with fencing and gate, which is complete. We've gazetted the Nandi Culture and Heritage Policy of 2024 and drafted the accompanying bill to safeguard our heritage. Since 2017, we have distributed assistive devices to persons living with disabilities, including 2,500 wheelchairs, 280 white canes, 65 crutches, 70 walking frames, and 10 braille-equipped computers. In addition, Mr. Speaker, through the MOU with Kenyan National Library Service, we secured a donation of 1,200 CBC books valued at 2 million shillings. Under Kapsabet Municipality, we have made the fresh produce market operational and established new municipal offices. We have improved our drainage systems and prepared the Kapsabet Integrated Development Plan and Special Plan. To improve solid waste management, we've acquired a solid waste compactor and waste separation bins to support proper waste segregation. Mr. Speaker, we've also procured backhoe to help unclog and maintain our drainage systems, construction of parking bays, pavements, and roads within the municipality to expand our revenue base. Mr. Speaker, we've also advanced our town beautification efforts to make our urban centers more attractive and vibrant. Mr. Speaker, allow me to quickly summarize the global and domestic economic environment that we are operating in. Mr. Speaker, the formulation of the 2026-2027 budget takes place against complex and evolving economic backdrops. Globally, geopolitical tensions in Eastern Europe and the Middle East continue to weigh on commodity supply chains, contributing to fuel and fertilizer price volatility that directly impacts our county's cost of service delivery. Despite this challenging global environment, Mr. Speaker, the Kenyan economy has demonstrated remarkable resilience. The economy grew at an average rate of 5% over the period 22-25, outperforming the average global growth rate of 3.4% and that of the sub-Saharan Africa of 4.1%. In 2025, Mr. Speaker, specifically, the economy grew by 4.6%, supported by positive growth across all sectors. The economy grew by, the outlook for 2026 has been revised to 5.0%, with growth projected to strengthen further to 5.2% in 2027, underpinned by continued structural reforms. Mr. Speaker, macroeconomic stability has been preserved and confidence in the economy has strengthened. Inflation, while rising to 6.7% in May 2026 from 3.8% in May 2025, largely due to elevated global oil prices, which surged from USD 63.06 per barrel in February 2026 to USD 94.4 per barrel by end of May 2026. This has remained within the government's targeted range of 5% plus or minus 2.5. The Kenya shilling has sustained broadly struggles, averaging 129 shillings to the dollar in May 2026. Foreign exchange reserves have reached a record high of USD 13.2 billion, which is equivalent to 5.2 months of import cover, providing a strong buffer against external shocks. On the fiscal side, Mr. Speaker, total revenue collection, including appropriations in aid for financial year 26-27 is projected at 3.6 trillion Kenya shillings, equivalent to 17.4% of the GDP. Ordinary revenue from the Kenya Revenue Authority is projected at 2.9 trillion Kenya shillings, or 14% of the GDP. The NSE rose by 59% to 3491 points in May 2026 from 2183. This reflects a growing investor confidence in the Kenyan economy. At the county level, Mr. Speaker, the economy remains firmly anchored, with 60% being contributed by agriculture. That is 60% of the gross county product. According to Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, the gross county product report of 2025, Nandi's GCP stood at 146,456 million in 2024, up from 138,140 in 2023. This reflects an average growth of 4.8% over the 2020-2024 period. This is ahead of the national average, which is 4.5%. Mr. Speaker, however, the Nandi's GCP per capita stands at 235,713. This is significantly below the national nominal GDP per capita of 309,460. This means that the aggregate growth has not yet reflected or translated sufficiently into the improved household incomes. Though the county is widely associated with tea and dairy, coffee has steadily grown into a high-value pillar of our agricultural economy. Its fortunes are tied to performance at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange. The recent gains in coffee volumes and prices are not isolated wins for individual farmers. They ripple through our economy, where land remains the primary engine of income. Mr. Speaker, this is precisely why the investments in this financial year 2026-2027 budget, from the Nandi Cooperative Creameries to the County Aggregation and Industrial Park, are not merely development projects. They are strategic interventions designed to shift Nandi's economic trajectory upwards, diversify our productive base beyond primary agriculture, and close the gap between our county's per capita output and the national average. Allow me, Mr. Speaker, to look at the fiscal policy and budget framework for financial year 2026-2027. Mr. Speaker, the total anticipated budget revenue for the financial year 2026-2027 stands at 11.11 billion Kenya shillings. This is divided between the county executive at 10.33 billion shillings and the county assembly at 781.88 million. Mr. Speaker, recurrent expenditure totals 7.47 billion, representing 67.21% of the total anticipated budget estimates. Personnel emoluments account for 4.5 billion, which is 40.55%, while operations and maintenance have an allocation of 2.9 billion shillings, representing 26.73%. Mr. Speaker, development expenditure stands at 3.64 billion, representing 32.79% of the total budget. Our development budget estimates of 1.5 billion is for flagship county level projects and 1.19 billion for ward-based programs and 935.8 million for completion of works in progress and settlement of pending bills. Mr. Speaker, as I present to this House, it's important that I give an analysis of the composition of our revenue or resource envelope so that the stakeholders can understand where our money is coming from. So as I said, Mr. Speaker, our resource envelope is made up of 4 distinct pillars. We have the government funding, which includes the equitable share, local revenue, conditional national allocations, and development partner grants. The largest pillar of the largest source of our revenue, Mr. Speaker, is CRA equitable share, which in this financial year, as per the CARA, is 7.87 billion, representing 70.9% of the total budget, and is our most reliable and stable revenue source. On local revenue, Mr. Speaker, we've projected our on-source revenue to be 2.07 billion, representing 18.5% of the total budget. Mr. Speaker, there are 2 revenue lines that those are the 2 revenue lines that drive the bulk of our growth. First, under the health and sanitation, we have Facilities Improvement Fund, which is an appropriation in aid. We are projecting this at 916.89 million, reflecting the expansion of fee-for-service collections across our health facilities and anchored in the FIF framework and primary health care. Secondly, land rates are projected at 789 million shillings. This is entirely informed by the new valuation role that this Honorable House approved. Together, these 2 items account for 83% of our local revenues. Pillar 3, Mr. Speaker, is the national government conditional allocation, which includes 96.6 million for community health promoters, which is a grant, 7.7 million for county rural and urban affordable house committee. Pillar 4 is development partner grants. Mr. Speaker, the accountants space a total of 285 million shillings from development partners, that is from the 2nd Kenya Devolution Support Program, National Agricultural Value Chain, Integrated Natural Resources Management Program, INREMP, IFAD, and the Building Resilient Health Systems. So, Mr. Speaker, allow me to turn to the development allocations by department. The development budget, as I indicated, is Kenya shillings 3.89 billion shillings, which touches all the priorities that were identified. So under the Department of Health, Mr. Speaker, we've proposed an allocation of 43 million shillings for the equipping of the mother and child unit at Kapsabet County Referral Hospital. But I wish to add that to inform this Honorable House that the department is also expecting to receive additional grants of 352 million shillings under the Kenya Devolution Support Program Phase 2, which was ring-fenced specifically for the equipping of this unit. Mr. Speaker, I've also allocated 100 million shillings for completion equipping of 5 hospitals, Chepcherwai, Kobujoi, Kapsengere, Taito, and Mogobich. This is to ensure that these facilities are fully functional, able to serve the communities around them. Alongside this, I have also set aside 14 million for completion of Chepcherwai Sub-County Hospital, a long-awaited facility whose full operationalization will bring specialized care to the people of Masop. Mr. Speaker, I've also proposed an allocation of 7.7 million for equipping the theater at Nandi Hills Sub-County Hospital, 6 million for construction of male and female wards at Kibwareng Health Center, expanding inpatient capacity in that part of the county. I've also further allocated 7 million for renovation works at Meteitei Sub-County Hospital and 4 million for equipping of a maternity unit at Kabrok Health Center in Terik. Mr. Speaker, 110 million shillings covers ward-based health projects, which includes dispensaries, maternity wings, staff quarters, ablution blocks, incinerators, and renovation works. Mr. Speaker, beyond infrastructure, I have allocated 150 million for the procurement of medical drugs, laboratory reagents, and renal unit supplies, ensuring that these stocks are full, ensuring that our facilities are fully stocked. In addition, the county will receive 96.6 million shillings, which is stipends for our community health promoters who remain the backbone of our healthcare delivery at household level. These men and women, Mr. Speaker, have been working tirelessly And in recognition of this indispensable role, we want to have them properly remunerated. I wish to highlight, Mr. Speaker, that our health facilities will benefit from Facility Improvement Fund appropriations in aid, projected at 816 million shillings for level 4 hospitals and 100 million shillings for primary health care facilities. These are funds that are generated directly within our facilities, and they are invested back into the improvement and expansion of the services to ensure that we don't rely so much on exchequer releases. Under education and vocational training, Mr. Speaker, we've made substantial allocations in this sector. I have proposed an allocation of 120 million shillings for the county bursary scheme to support our needy students. I've also allocated another 90 million shillings to the ECD school milk feeding program, which is a significant investment in the nutrition, school attendance, and cognitive development of our youngsters. We note, of course, that the teacher is also integral. So this milk program also touches on our ECD teachers, and they'll be able to partake of the milk as well. Mr. Speaker, also the initiative of school milk program goes beyond the classroom. It benefits our local dairy farmers who have now a reliable and structured market for their milk through the Nandi Cooperative Creameries processing plant, which creates a powerful linkage between our education agenda and our agriculture transformation. Mr. Speaker, I've further allocated an additional 134 million shillings for the hiring of ECD teachers, both to replace those who left service through retirement and to also recruit additional teachers to bridge the growing gap created by increasing enrollment in our ECD centers across the county. Therefore, every facility that is complete but does not have an ECD teacher is catered for in this budget. Further, this allocation will cover payment of allowances to our ECD teachers, which includes commuter allowances, as well as placement of the ECD teachers in the appropriate job groups as per the SRC. This is in line with the SRC advisory. Mr. Speaker, as we construct more classrooms and enroll more children, we must ensure that qualified and motivated teachers are there to receive them. This allocation is our commitment to ensure that every ECD center in Nandi has the human resource it needs to deliver quality early childhood education to our children. Mr. Speaker, in recognition of the critical role that the ECD teachers play in shaping the foundation of our young children's education, I have further proposed an allocation of 92 million shillings for the Nandi County Uniform Program for our ECD learners. By providing uniforms to our young children, we are reducing the financial burden on our families and removing one of the barriers that keeps children out of school. I have further set aside 20 million shillings for provision of ECD learning materials, equipment, and classroom furnishings to ensure that our children learn in environments that are stimulating, safe, and properly equipped. I have made a further 25 million shillings allocation as the county VTC capitation grant. Mr. Speaker, I'm also pleased to report that ward-level education projects will receive an allocation of 255.6 million shillings, which covers ECD, VTC infrastructure, construction, renovations, and education infrastructure directly identified by our citizens through the public participation fora. This ensures that every ward in Nandi receives direct education investment in this financial year 26-27 budget, as is the aspirations of the people. Under transport, public works, and infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, I have made allocations in this sector to recognize that roads are key arteries to our economy. I have proposed an allocation of 75 million shillings for hire and lease of road construction equipment for grading and graveling works across the county. To further expand our road construction, I have allocated 26 million for the acquisition of cabro making machines at the sub-counties, an investment that will enable our communities to sustainably produce cabro paving blocks locally, reducing costs and creating employment at the same time. Mr. Speaker, I've set aside 20 million shillings for fuel to power road construction machinery, ensuring that works are not stalled by operational shortfalls. I further made 10 million allocation for emergency bridge and culvert construction, 4 million for road surveying and demarcation, and particularly proud also to report, Mr. Speaker, that ward-based road projects will receive an allocation of 458.27 million. This is the single largest ward-level allocation to a department in this budget. These are the specific named roads in every ward of this county. These were identified directly through the citizens' engagement in the public participation fora. The money covers grading, graveling, installation and bridging works. Under agriculture and cooperative development, Mr. Speaker, we've proposed a comprehensive set of allocations. I am pleased to report that Nandi County will continue to benefit from two major development partner programs in this sector. The department will receive 105 million shillings under the World Bank funded NAFCDP, which includes 10 million as county counterpart funding. Further, the department is allocating 81.24 million shillings under the IFAD-funded Integrated Natural Resources Management Program, supporting integrated land and natural resources management across the county. On coffee, our fastest growing and most attractive value chain, I have proposed an allocation of 30 million shillings for purchase and county-wide distribution of coffee seedlings, building of 10 million seedlings already building on the near 10 million seedlings already within reach of our farmers. I have further allocated 25 million shillings for purchase of coffee pulping machines for distribution to our coffee growing cooperatives, enhancing wet processing capacity and improving the quality and value of our coffees at the farm level. On livestock, Mr. Speaker, I have set aside 15 million shillings for procurement and distribution of livestock vaccines to protect our animals against disease, 10 million for procurement and distribution of acaricides to control tick-borne diseases across the county. I've also proposed 10 million for subsidized AI services to continue our program of genetically improving our livestock breeds. To strengthen value addition infrastructure, I've allocated 10 million, Mr. Speaker, for operationalization of feed processing plant in Kobujoy, and 15 million shillings for acquisition of 2 lorries to support maize and feed meal processing operations. I've also allocated 12 million for purchase and distribution of avocado seedlings. At the ward level, Mr. Speaker, I allocated 53.1 million shillings for ward-based agricultural projects which cover kettle dips, construction, rehabilitation, milk cooling plants, coffee seedling distribution, and agricultural inputs. All were directly identified through public participation fora. Under lands, environment, natural resource, and climate change, Mr. Speaker, I have set aside 24 million shillings as counterpart funding for Kenya financing locally led climate action program. I have further allocated 20 million as counterpart funding for K-WASH, or Kenya Water Sanitation and Hygiene Program. I've also proposed 10 million shillings as subsidy for Kanawasco, which is our water utility, to support delivery of services. To improve reliability and reduce cost of water infrastructure, I've set aside 10 million for solarization of Nandi Hills Water Project to ensure that our residents receive consistent supply of clean water, but also affordably so. I further proposed an allocation of 10 million for fencing of wetlands across the county to protect these wetlands from encroachment. On land administration, Mr. Speaker, I've allocated 10 million for physical planning and surveying of urban centers. I have further set aside 10 million for digitization of land systems across the county and to improve transparency and reduce disputes and make land transactions faster and more secure. Under ward level programs, Mr. Speaker, I have allocated 217.8 million shillings for ward-based water projects across all the 30 wards. These cover storage tanks, spring protection works, borehole drilling, piping works, all as communicated by the public participation fora. Under trade, Mr. Speaker, I have proposed an allocation of 100 million shillings for the continued works at the County Aggregation and Industrial Parks at Chamasa, which is our shared investment designed to promote value chain and enhance market access across and create employment at scale. I've also allocated 30 million for the further working capital and operationalization of the Nandi Textile and Apparel Unit in Mosoriot to stimulate local production. On tourism, Mr. Speaker, I have proposed an allocation of 8 million for establishment of the Kapsabet Animal Rescue Center, which will provide shelter for rescued animals, promote conservation, and serve as a unique tourism attraction. I've also set aside 4 million for the Nandi Rock and Chepkit waterfalls, which includes mapping, branding, marketing, and construction of ticketing offices. Mr. Speaker, at the ward level, we've allocated 14.25 million for ward-based trade development projects, which include market infrastructure, Juakali, workspaces, border sheds across selected wards. Sports, youth affairs, culture, and heritage. Mr. Speaker, I've proposed a total of a county-level allocation of 45.5 million shillings for sports and youth affairs. This is directly towards nurturing talent. These will go towards nurturing talent, maintaining our facilities, and inclusion of every resident in our sporting agenda. 12 million shillings allocation has been made for the acquisition of a 52-seater bus to facilitate transportation of our athletes, youth groups, and county sports teams to competitions and training engagements across the country. I further allocated 5 million shillings for equipping of modern gymnasium at the Eliud Kipchoge Sports Complex and 5 million for maintenance of our stadia. I've set aside 5 million for the organization, running of county-wide sports tournaments spanning volleyball, football, athletics, basketball, handball, and special needs sports. I've also proposed an allocation of 4.5 million shillings for constructions of persons with disabilities access ramp at the Eliud Kipchoge Sports Complex, ensuring that the facility is inclusive and accessible to all. At the ward level, I've allocated 25 million shillings for ward-based sports development projects, which includes leveling and grading of community playing fields, acquisition of sports equipment and uniform, and organizations of local sports tournaments. Under administrations, public service, and ICT, Mr. Speaker, I have made allocations that prioritize the welfare of our workforce, the modernization of our service delivery infrastructure, and extension of government presence closer to our people. I've proposed an allocation of 212 million shillings for comprehensive medical insurance cover for our county staff. Our employees, Mr. Speaker, are our most valuable assets. It is only right that we protect their health and well-being by giving them adequate medical cover. Mr. Speaker, at the ward level, I've allocated 29.3 million shillings for ward-based administration and ICT projects. These include construction of ward offices in Kabisaga and Sangalo Keblonik, bringing government services closer to the residents of those areas. There is equipping of Chemundu ICT Center to expand digital access in that community, and installation of high mast and street lighting facilities across multiple wards, improving security, visibility, and overall quality of life for our residents. Mr. Speaker, under Kapsabet Municipality, I have proposed targeted allocations that are designed to enhance service delivery, improve infrastructure, and strengthen management of our growing town. I have proposed an allocation of 15 million as counterpart funding for Kenya Urban Support Program Phase 2, leveraging on additional resources from our development partners for broader urban development. I have further allocated 10 million shillings for hire of machinery for municipal works, 6 million for acquisition of digital development approval systems to modernize and streamline the processing of building plans and development applications, removing bureaucracy and improving ease of doing business in Kapsabet. To improve the physical environment of our town, I have proposed 6 million shillings for road sport improvement and tarmacking, 6 million for the rehabilitation of green spaces and public gardens, 5 million for installation of solar street lights, 5 million for fencing of Kapsabet dump site to improve sanitation and protect the surrounding environment. Mr. Speaker, finally, on the County Assembly, I have proposed an allocation of 50 million to the county assembly for the construction and completion of the county assembly offices and refurbishment of existing facilities. This is in recognition of the critical role that this house plays in ensuring that public resources are used prudently and the interests of people of Nandi are protected. Mr. Speaker, under Kaimosi Agricultural and Training Center, I have proposed an allocation of 52.7 million shillings for projects within the facility. This will expand the infrastructure within the center and strengthen the capacity to offer modern, market-relevant agricultural programs across the county. This includes empowering our farmers, our agripreneurs, and our agriculture staff with the knowledge and the skills they need. Mr. Speaker, under Gender, Culture, and Social Welfare, I have proposed a total of 15 million to support broad range of social development programs across. This includes funding for community cultural activities, festivals, to preserve the rich heritage and identity of Nandi, gender mainstreaming initiatives that promote equality and empowerment of women and girls. At the ward level, I have allocated 22 million shillings for ward-based social development programs, ensuring that the most vulnerable members of our community, the elderly, persons with disabilities, and those in need of social protection services receive direct support closest to where they live. So, Speaker, allow me to mention briefly on revenue policy and administrative measures. I am presenting this, the revenue policy, Mr. Speaker, that I'm presenting today have been designed to fulfill our commitment to strengthening local resource mobilization and broadening our fiscal base. Several key proposals have been included in the Finance Bill of 2026 submitted before this House. The county's revenue enhancement strategy rests on several deliberate and interconnected pillars that together will transform our fiscal positions and augment national transfers. The most significant of this is the full and immediate implementation of the newly approved Nandi County valuation roll for land and property rating. This long overdue reform, Mr. Speaker, is projected to generate 789 million shillings for financial year 26-27, which is the single largest lever in our local revenue mobilization. To support this and other revenue streams, I have allocated 10 million for the upgrade of the county revenue management system, which will enhance efficiency, transparency, and real-time monitoring of all revenue collection across the county. I further proposed an allocation of 7 million for the acquisition of an asset management system, which will improve the tracking, protection, and optimal utilization of our county assets. Mr. Speaker, beyond systems and technology, we'll expand digital and electronic payment channels across all revenue collection points, making it easier, faster, and more convenient for our residents and businesses to meet their obligations to the county. We will also strengthen the management of parking sites, market fees, cess, and other county charges through improved oversight and enforcement. Additionally, Mr. Speaker, I've targeted health appropriation in aid collections of 956.8 million shillings through improved management of our health facilities, recognizing that a well-run health system is not only a service delivery imperative, but also significant. Mr. Speaker, the locally generated revenue target of 2.051 billion shillings is an ambitious target. I am confident that with the revenue reforms being implemented, this target is achievable and will progressively reduce our dependence on national equitable share transfers. Mr. Speaker, in closing, I wish to assure the residents of Nandi County that this government remains firmly on course to delivering on its promises. The financial year 26-27 budget is our most ambitious yet, dedicating a good proportion of our total resources to development expenditure. It is a statement of intent, a commitment to our people, and a reflection of the priorities that this government holds dear. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a budget that builds schools, roads, hospitals, water systems and industries, health, road education, lands, water and environment, agriculture, trade, have all received substantial allocations that reflect the weight of their importance to the lives of our people. Mr. Speaker, no ward is left behind. Each of our 30 wards will receive direct development investment. Mr. Speaker, our resource envelope is grounded in 4 strong revenue pillars: a stable, equitable share anchoring our fiscal foundation, a transformed local revenue base driven by the new county valuation role and health appropriations in aid reforms, and conditional national government allocations, and active development partner grants. We have been transparent with this House about where the growth is projected, where the risks lie, and where fiscal discipline is required to realize our ambitions. Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank our development partners, the World Bank through NAFCDP and KDSP, IFAD through INREMP, and all others for their steadfast support. I express my gratitude to His Excellency the Governor, Her Excellency the Deputy Governor, my fellow County Executive Committee members, Chief Officers, the technical staff of the Department of Finance and Economic Planning, and all stakeholders who contributed to this budget. I sincerely extend my heartfelt appreciation to residents of Nandi for their valuable contributions through the public participation fora across all sub-counties and wards. Their voices have shaped every line of this budget, and I urge them to remain actively engaged in its implementation. I now call upon the honorable members of this House to deliberate constructively on this budget and support its approval. I hereby submit the budget estimates for the financial year 2026-2027 and the revenue-raising measures for their thorough interrogation, debate, and approval, so that together we continue our transformative journey towards making Nandi County a beacon of prosperity. God bless Nandi, God bless Kenya. I thank you.
Honorable members, the CCM has rounded this mandate, and the budget highlights pronouncement is probably tabled before the House in accordance with Standing Order 216, and the same will be availed to each honorable member. I now direct and request the Sergeant at Arms to usher the CCM out. Now I direct the sergeant to usher the CCM out. Next order. Honorable members, I wish to acknowledge the receipt of the budget pronouncement. Next order.
Order number 10, adjournment.
Honorable members, this House stands adjourned until next week, Tuesday at 10.